So again, on Friday we did 2 pages of notes. The first page of notes that we did was going over how many triangles there are if it's SSA. As a reminder, if it's SSS, if it's ASA, if it's AAS, it's just one triangle. But if it's SSA, you need to do these certain things to figure out, thank you, Kylie, can you give it to Kylie? Do these certain things to figure out if it exists or not. And if it does exist, how many triangles. First thing I told y'all on Friday to do was check, is your opposite bigger than your adjacent? If your opposite is bigger than your adjacent in an acute triangle, it's 1, you don't have to do anything. If your opposite is not bigger than your adjacent, then you must find the height. And then once you find the height, you figure out how many triangles there are. Okay? That's what we did on Friday. Then we applied that to finding law of sine, or finding the sides using law of sines. So like this first one was SSA. My opposite was not bigger than my adjacent, so I had to find the height. I found the height, and my height was less than my opposite. So there are 0 triangles. If there are 0 triangles, you can't figure out anything because the triangle does not exist. You're done. We like 0 triangles. However, on number 2, we did this. My opposite was bigger than my adjacent. So how many triangles did I say that was? 1. We know it's 1 triangle. Now we're going to just use law of sines like we did before to figure out all the other information. So we found C, we found B, and then we found side B. Okay? Now today, I think I did. Nope, I didn't. Okay. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to finish this problem. On Friday, I gave you this picture. I want you to, it's going to take up about a full page. So if you weren't here, you haven't taken the notes, start on the back page of 22 and you'll take up the whole time. I want you to draw a big triangle. I also would like you to get out 2 highlighter colors. If you want to go borrow some of mine, you can. If you have your own, just get out 2 different highlighters. Maybe you and the person next to you have one each and you just switch in the middle. That's fine.
No.
Yes. No. 1, 2. So last thing y'all did was page 20. We did notes on page 21, and now we're on page 22. So this is the back of page 22. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We're not worrying about that. All right. Do y'all have your attention? So if you did not watch my video and you did not have these notes down, I just want you to start about halfway to what you're doing. All right? So, first things first, we know there are 2 triangles. And what I told you on Friday is if there are 2 triangles, then you are going to draw a line right here to create that second triangle. Because remember, it like swings this way and this way. All right? Somebody last period asked me a really good question. Shout out Nicole. And she said, well, what if I draw this different than you? And what if I put B up top? And she said, what if I do this like this? How do I draw this triangle? Like, what if I put it in the wrong spot? Do y'all agree this is SSA? Okay. You would start with the angle in between them, both sides, and then you're going to draw a line towards the angle I give you. So that's how you would do it if you, like, switch it around. Okay. I am always going to put the angle right here and my adjacent side right here. I don't like putting my adjacent side on the bottom, but you do you. Now, first what we are going to do is I'm going to highlight this big triangle blue. We are going to focus on the big triangle first. And not only am I going to highlight this blue, but I am going to redraw it a little bit smaller right here. Okay? So I have A that I was given, 35 degrees. Side A is 6. B, we're going to name this B1 because we're going to have two B's now. And side B is 8. And we're going to name this up top C1 and side C1. And I'm going to have to find all the information for this triangle. So I'm going to draw a little line right here. This is for my blue triangle. And if you want to highlight this blue so that you can note that these are the same triangles, the blue and the blue, that might help you. What do I do first to find anything in here? What type? Well, we already know that. We already did all that. So now what can I do? Nope, we already did all that. I'm just trying to find the values now. Law of signs. So what am I going to do with my law of signs? The sine of 35 over, what do I have both of? The A's over 6. And which one am I going to have to find first? B. So the sine of B1 over 8. And what am I going to do here? Cross multiply. It's going to give me 6 sine of B1 equals 8 sine of 35. And then divide by 6. Bless you. And then I'm going to inverse. Am I going too fast? So B1 in your calculator, you're going to do inverse sine of 8 sine of 35 over 6. What do you have to do in your calculator? Degree mode. So I'm just going to show you all the answer real quick. I'm also going to show you when we're doing this. Oh, let me just exit out of that because I don't want to sit here and delete it all. Make sure you're in degree mode, please. And when you're doing this, I'm going to label everything in Desmos. So B1 equals the inverse sine. So let me click that real quick. The inverse sine of, what is it? 8 sine of 35 over 6. What did I do? Did I do it right? What is my B1 equal? 49 point, and we're going to go 1 decimal for angles. 49.9 degrees. Are we okay with that? 49.9 degrees. By the way, on your homework tonight, somebody is going to grade this tomorrow. Please organize your work beautifully, box your answer, go and highlight every single answer. Make it very neat for the person trading and grading. Okay, you give me all of this without any work, you get a 0 automatically, because obviously. Okay, we found B. B1, we got 49.9 degrees. How can I find C1 up top? So C1 is going to be 180 minus 35 plus B1. And I'm going to type, I'm going to type that into Desmos real quick. I'll show you all that in a second. So C1 equals 180 minus 35 plus B1. And what do I get as my answer? 95.1. So I literally typed that in Desmos. And C1 is 95.1 what? Degrees. Do you agree this is all review so far? Okay. What next? Now I have to find little c1. I know up top I have 95.1 degrees. How do I find the little c right here? Law of signs again. So So I'm going to again use my A. The sine of 35 over 6 is the sine of, you could do 95.1, but I'm going to write C1 because that's what I wrote in Desmos. I can just substitute that in over little c1. And this is back what we did on Thursday. Everybody was here that day. You can do this. How do I solve for this little c1? Cross, multiply, and divide. And I'm going to put that, oh gosh, sorry. I'm going to put that into Desmos. So little c1 equals no. All right, and what is my answer for C1? 10.42. So that is my answer here. By the way, on your homework tonight, it has you rounding different than I do. You can do what the book says or you can do it the way I do. I'm not super picky. On your quiz tomorrow, you're going to do it the way we're doing it here. These are our answers. Quiz tomorrow. So tomorrow you're going to come in, we're going to trade and grade. I'm going to answer any questions that you have on the homework. We'll kind of review, and then you have a quiz. Okay. And your quiz is over the homework. So copy the homework, fail the quiz, struggle on the homework, pass the quiz.
Miss O, do you have a doorbell?
Or struggle. Do I have a doorbell?
Yeah.
I don't understand the question.
Is that a doorbell or is that...
Oh, no, it's for the lights. I have a remote that, yeah. I have a remote that turns on and off my lights, but I need a new battery in it. What do you mean, do I have a doorbell at my house? Yes. Okay, hold on, come back and focus because we're not done. Look up, please. Everybody, look up. We have a second triangle. Our second triangle is still going to have an adjacent side of 8. It's still going to have 35. But now this is my new opposite side. And what is my opposite side? What is this opposite side right here? It's the same as that one, remember? It's still 6. So my opposite side is still 6. Okay. It's just 6 because it's the same thing. I still have 6, 8, 35. Nope, none of that number doesn't exist in this. Now, y'all look up real quick. Everybody look up. Do you agree that this is 6 and that this is 6? What does that mean? They are the same, which means this one that I don't really care about triangle is it's an isosceles triangle. So can you please put a tick mark here and a tick mark here? They will always create isosceles triangles. Does that mean if that's an isosceles triangle, what else do I know about this? The angles are also the same. Well, hey, what did we get for this angle right here on our last problem? We got 49.9. So what does that mean we are going to get on this one right here? Can I now find my other angle? Now pause before you do that. Let's draw this separate like we did this one. We have our A is 35 degrees. Our B is 8. Our little a is 6. And this is now my B2. This is C2, and this is little c2. And this is my green triangle that we just highlighted. Can we now find B2? How do we find this angle right here using that? B2 is going to be 180 minus B1. Y'all, B2 will always be 180 minus B1. Doesn't matter what B1 is. That will always work because these will always be a linear pair and this will always be an isosceles triangle. So if you have two triangles, that's how you find B2. So, what is B1? 49.9. So I'm going to go in my calculator and I'm just going to now type in B2, not 12, B2 equals 180 minus B1. That's not right. Well, no. Well, there we go. What is B2? 130.1 degrees because it's an angle. All right, we found B2. 130.1 degrees. Now what? Now what? I can find C2. Angle C2 is what? Add them together and subtract from 180. 35 plus B2 is... And again, some of you are like, can I just put the numbers, Miss Olivares? Yeah, sure. You might be a little off in the end because you keep round. Goodness gracious, what is happening right now? Let's just start over.
No.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Forget. Okay. Let's try this again. Beautiful. What am I doing? 35 plus B2? There we go. No. B2. There we go. I'll get there. So what is C2? 14.9 degrees. Do y'all see how my work is all organized, beautiful, step by step? We're going to highlight our answers so that the people can find out what we're doing. Nobody's struggling. They're not just answers without work. Make it work. All right, we found B2. That was 14.9 degrees. Last but not least, what do we got to find? The little c down here. How do we find the little c down here? Law of sines. So I'm going to do the sine of 35 over 6 equals... Cross, multiply, divide, give me your answer. Personally, I think this second triangle is pretty easy. And put that in your calculator. And we get 2.69 as our answer. And we have now found all the information for both triangles. Okay, so good question. Your test questions are going to not ask you to find all the information. That's a lot. So, like on your quiz tomorrow, a question would be like, here's the information, find angle B. I'm not going to tell you there's two triangles. You're going to have to discover that and give me B1 and B2. You see what? There might be one triangle, just give me B. There might be no triangles and you would just write 0 triangles, doesn't exist. You know what I mean? So you have to take that step to figure out how many triangles first. Yes. That was a good question. She asked, hey y'all, are there any tips and tricks to help you remember this? So me personally, I would just think logically, but 2 things. Number 1, if your opposite is bigger than your adjacent, it's 1. If it's not, you're looking for your height. And then you need to think, if something's smaller than my height, is that going to work out? Like, just think logically. If your opposite is smaller than your height, that would just swing in the air, it doesn't work out. If it's bigger than your height, then you're having 2 triangles. But I have nothing else for you besides that. All right, you have the rest of the class period to work on your homework. What I'm going to do right now, homework is due tomorrow. When you want